Full disclosure, my relationship with James Bond begins and ends with Moonraker. Greetings all ye shrews and froos and stablesmen. Jake S. Weissman here with a conspiracy theory. Does anyone else think it's weird that there are a bunch of James Bond articles popping up right now? The original release date was sometime in mid to late November, so it was supposed to come out right about now. So that could be one answer, right? The news cycle is the news cycle, and it's going as it was supposed to go. But they announced that it was pushed to April 2021 weeks ago. And the news works a little faster than that. So what's the deal? Well, a few weeks ago, we were talking about selling No Time to Die to the streamers. Interesting. But it was quickly announced that the price tag was far too high. $600 million. Which is in line with the stuff that I was talking about a few months ago with Tenet needing to make $1 billion to kind of make it worth everybody's while. And that's why you haven't seen that on a streamer yet, because they're still trying to make that big money. Side note, Christopher Nolan has addressed the whole thing. He comes out looking squeaky clean. I don't want to address it any more than that, because I don't want to today. I'd rather talk about something a little bit more inconsequential, like James Bond 007 No Time to Die. I have a sneaking suspicion that they're gonna do a surprise drop very, very soon. At first, I thought it was gonna be for the Super Bowl, much like they did for Cloverfield Paradox. Cloverfield Paradox was gonna come to the theaters, but Paramount knew what that would have meant for them in terms of making money back. So they secretly sold it to Netflix. I don't remember what year it is, so in post, I'll put the year right here. During the Super Bowl, there was a commercial saying, Cloverfield Paradox premieres on Netflix after the Super Bowl, right after the game. And it did really good numbers. Pretty much Netflix and Beyonce can do these surprise drops. I'll add Amazon Prime because they just did it for Borat 2 and it was super successful. I was kind of like, is this a real movie? And it's very much a real movie. And also, this is the year where streamers are going to make huge waves during awards season. Because they're not going to cancel awards season this year, but everything had to be dropped on a streamer. What does this have to do with James Bond? The leaves are aligning in a certain way for me. And I had this realization this morning, which is why I'm making this video and wanting to put this up as fast as I can. Because I have a feeling this movie's going to come out very, very shortly. And it's going to be a surprise drop. And I think it's going to be in response to the election and this need for people to watch some entertainment. And James Bond is some really good entertainment. And it'll make some money. And MGM is no stranger to needing money. The whole James Bond saga, there's always news. There's always drama about it. I don't know if it's one of those things where they consistently keep it in the news so that it's free publicity, because MGM doesn't have the kind of money that Disney has. No one has the money that Disney has. But I have a feeling that some Moneyball is being played behind the curtains right now. And we are being geared up subliminally or liminally to watch this movie. I can find two different sources asking the question, is Netflix willing to buy James Bond for $600 million?
Hey Jake, this headline already says Netflix ready to buy James Bond No Time to Die movie for $600 million. Well, if you actually read the copy, it doesn't say anything of the sort. I don't understand why this source, Chaos Spin, didn't put a question mark at the end of this headline. So as far as Chaos Spin as a source, you can take it or leave it.
They're like, no, they're not. But they also have the rest of the James Bond library. They also have a lot of money right now. And a premiere like James Bond would be a huge splash. Why are there articles talking about the next James Bond already? This actress confirms she's in line to play 007 next. It's a whatever source. I don't know. But it's out there, which means other people are posting about it as well. Look at all of these articles about Rami Malek playing this villain. These all came out the last couple of days. What's up with that? It's almost as though they're priming for a release, but just not saying it. $600 million is a huge investment. You would want people to watch that, eh? I'm excited. I hope they do it. It's one of those things where theaters were blaming James Bond for the death of the theater once Tenet came out, for pushing it. It's absolutely still not safe to go to the theaters. And they pushed the movie. And they got a lot of shit for it. And I thought it kind of felt out of nowhere for people to be blaming James Bond that way. Because no one was talking about it before. But somehow Tenet is very brave for releasing in the middle of a pandemic. Something weird about that. If I worked at MGM, and I'm spiteful, I'm a toxic person, but if I worked at MGM, I would say, fine, I'm going to make my money. If that's how you guys are going to treat me, I'm going to make my money. However, and if Netflix is willing to pay me $600 million up front because they know what I'm worth, that all makes sense to me. That's what I think is about to happen. I think we can all prepare for a nice, secret James Bond release. Or I'll be completely wrong, and that's fine too. But that's just a theory, a Jake theory. I would be remiss to talk about James Bond without talking about Sir Sean Connery, R.I.P. My relationship with Sean Connery is watching my mother go through a thing when I was in 5th grade, and she rented every single Sean Connery movie that she could find. I didn't understand what was going on when I was 10, and I'll be straight, I still don't understand what was going on in her head, but it definitely introduced me to Sean Connery. So I love you, Mom. Here is my in memoriam for Sean Connery that I remember.
Catherine Zeta-Jones, she deeps beneath the lasers. Oh, she has entrapped me and Sean Connery. Whoa, Catherine Zeta-Jones, she dips beneath the lasers. Whoa.
The song of the episode is I'll Have to Say I Love You in a Song by Jim Croce. It's so sweet, and it's corny, and I like to think about all of the misguided simps that sent it to girls in the 80s on cassette tape thinking, God, this'll reach her. But it's really pretty, and it's light rock, and I think all of us just need a little Jim Croce right now. I could be wrong, but it's just easy on the heart. The book of the episode, Mad for Decades. I would say that 72% of my book collection are Mad compilations, courtesy of my father. In 2016, after the election, I watched a shitload of South Park, and it just kind of normalized some stuff. It made me realize that it's all been happening the whole time. Yes, some things are brand new to us, but it's important to remember that history is full of things that are worth satirizing for whatever reason. I picked this particular book because it starts in the 50s and it goes all the way. Gorbachev and Lee Iacocca. This is timely. It's just worth remembering. Just laugh, but you don't have to take my word for it. The movie of the episode, Dragonheart. Duh. I am the last one! Shout outs to Mom, Dad, Jane, Robin. I love you all. Special thank you to Hillary Bones. been. I love you very much. Thank you for your special insight.
Visit me at twitch.tv/JellyRollChicago. Hang out with me, chat with me while I make these Film Stuffs videos and write screenplays. Twitch.tv/JellyRollChicago.
I just watched a Charlie Kaufman movie. I'm trying to figure out how to review this thing for you. So you'll see me very shortly, and I'll see you
in the future.
Always be yourself. You want to be sad, honey? Be sad. We'll write it out with you. And when you get finished feeling sad, we'll still be there. From now on, let me do the smiling for both of us.